Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome back again. The strategic management class. We are in the third unit, and yesterday we had wonderful discussion about various topics, and especially the yesterday's topic is concerned the competitive advantage. It's more important. So what is a competitive advantage? Generally, few companies are there in the market with their quality services, with their quality software, with the quality supply chain. They experiences a kind of respect among is the customers. What you call that one as a competitive advantage. The best example is Apple iPhones. We all know that the Apple iPhones having a very powerful software. So because of which, so it will have more number of unit sale, isn't it? Now after discussing all these things, today we go for various kinds of strategies. What is a strategy? Strategy, again, you know very well, a long-term plan in order to achieve goals, objectives, mission, or else what you call vision, right? Today exclusively we discuss about generic strategies. Generic means very common in nature. Generally, most of the companies, these kinds of strategies will be followed. These strategies actually given to us by Michael Porter, very well. The kind of developments, advancements made by him, especially as far as the management discipline is concerned. Now he is actually giving three very important situations as far as the generic strategies are concerned. One is cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. So according to the definition, let us see the slide. Generic strategies, as the name suggests, are generic. Generic in the sense very common in nature and is a way for a company to pursue its competitive advantage across the market scope of choice. Michael Porter developed generic strategies that a company could use to gain competitive advantage back in 1980s. So what are the varieties? The first one is the cost leadership. What is a cost leadership? Becoming the leader of the market, mainly reducing the cost of the products. So as you know very well, again let us take that standard example, Apple phones. So Apple phones are which are going to be purchased by everyone, very difficult. The Apple phones are having high price comparatively other cell phones as far as in the market is concerned. It cannot be a market leader as far as the cost is concerned, but as far as the quality is concerned, it may be considered. So the cost leadership means reducing the price of the product. Doesn't mean that one need to sell the products for the cheaper price. So a cost management or else a cost reduction is possible by taking various aspects in the supply chain of the products to the customers, right from purchasing the raw material and the production activities and as well as the transportation marketing activities. If one able to reduce the cost in all this chain of actions, then that product can be sold just like any other what to call the product in the market, and it can have the improvement in the sales. Such a kind of strategy is called as a cost leadership strategy. Okay. The next one is a differentiation strategy. What is a differentiation? As you know very well, let us take washing machines itself. So we all know very well that washing machines are different. So like what you called front load washing machines are there, top loading washing machines are there. So here this is called the differentiation. Both main purpose is nothing but the washing purpose only. But the features enhancement, the features differentiation will be shown in the product. Based upon that also what will be the improvement of the revenues will possible. When revenues improves, automatically the chance will be there for getting profits. What do you call that? A differentiation. Same with the focus. What do you know focus? Focus means specialized attention, especially in a niche market. What is a niche market? A separate segment where actually the customers are available to purchase your product. Understand? So these are the very very important three kinds of strategies. Falls under generic strategies, given to us by Michael Porter in the year 1980s. So let us see what do you mean by all these things exclusively in upcoming slides. So cost leadership. So the cost leadership strategy advocates gaining competitive advantage due to the lowest cost of production of a product or service. The lowest cost need not mean lowest price. Costs are removed from every link of the value chain. So what is that? Production, marketing, wastages and so on. The product could still be priced at competitive parity. What is a competitive parity? Same prices as others. Price will be the same, but internally the producing that product cost is going to be reduced. So carefully if you think, that is going to be a benefit to the company. But because of the lower cost of production, the company would be able to sustain itself even through the lean times, means difficult times, and invest more into the business all throughout. What is the best example? Toyota cars. Toyota, very well. Japanese manufacturers, isn't it? They actually implemented a separate system, TPS system in the production. What do you mean TPS here? Toyota production system. Especially two aspects. One is Jidoka aspect, one more is ZIT aspect. Jidoka means involving human hands wherever there is dissatisfaction in there. Dissatisfaction arises in the production line. Immediately the production operations will be stopped. ZIT means just in time. So at the right time, at the right place, the right quantity of the product or else the raw material will be supplied. What you call that? ZIT procedure. So TPS system, the Toyota production system, implemented. So because of which they became leaders as far as the sales are concerned. The next one is a differentiation. So differentiation strategy involves creation of differentiated products for different segments, like front loading washing machines are there, top loading washing machines are there, fully automatic washing machines are there. Washing machines with different variety kinds of functions are available. So a variety of products, each branded and promoted differently. If high pressure water is possible in the household, what is the best suggestible model will be the front loading. If the water pressure is not sufficient, not good for the household purpose, the suggestible model is nothing but the top loading washing machines. That means the actual problem is very very important when you are going to introduce the products into the markets. So here allows a company to desensitize prices, and on the basis of being different, charge premium or higher prices. The best example for this one is FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, from which company? Hindustan Lever. Let us take the soaps of the Hindustan Lever. We have Dove, Lux, Lifebuoy, Hamam, Lyril. So these are all different soaps from Hindustan Lever only. but different customers prefer different kinds of the bath soaps. So what you call that? Differentiation in the product. Okay. The next one is focus. Focus strategy means the focus strategy involves focusing on a narrow defined segment of the market. If wider markets are there, what will be there? The controlling will not be good for what you call especially the startup companies. So a startup company generally focus on the local market within the Hyderabad, within the what you call two Telugu states, within what you call South India, like this. So by that what will be there? More controlling will be there. They are able to identify the actual needs of the customers belonging to that particular market. Based on that, differentiation will be created, sales will be generated. So what do you mean by this? Is called as a niche special segment. A company in a niche market has customers who understand, appreciate, can pay a premium for their indulgence. The best example is Porsche cars, world's one of the costliest cars. Actually, these cars, purchased by only a few segment of the people, which are rich, which feel what to call some kind of royalty by driving those cars. But Porsche cars are known for their powerful engines and precise handling. These are German-made cars. So exclusively focusing only on the what you called manageable size of the market. Okay. So these are all generic strategies, given to us by Porter. Now we are going to discuss choice-based strategies. What do you mean choice-based strategies? Based upon the arised situation, different strategies you need to use. There are n number of strategies are there. Like already we read what is that Porter's generic strategy previously. Now we are going to discuss one more variety kinds of strategies given by Ansov. Is a Russian American, Ansov's matrix. He actually considering product and as well as market situations. Based upon he is going to what to call provide different strategies in order to develop the what to call the business. So let us see what is Ansov's matrix. So Igor Ansov. One more way is what do you call this? Ansov's approach. So what is his full name? Igor Ansov's approach. He is a Russian American. Provides 4 strategic approaches based upon product and market information, presented as a product market matrix. So let us see here. This is called vertical y-axis. This is called x-axis information. So what is this box indicates? Existing markets with the existing products. So what is the approach? Market penetration. Same new products in the existing market. That means markets are old, but you are entering with the new products. So what is a suggestible strategy? Product development. Product is old, that is existing product, but new markets. So what is that? Market development. Same way, new products, new markets. So what is that? Diversification will be the right choice. Choice-based strategy, is it? So existing product, existing market. So what is the best approach here? Divestiture means disinvesting the what to call the investments, or is going for a consolidation, or is going for a retrenchment, or else the best approach is nothing but the market penetration. This is the first box of the matrix. The second box, new products, existing markets. So what are the strategies? No or less resources needed to develop the market, because already the markets are well known, the customer base known by the company people, the tastes of the customers, the kinds of products existing already information is available. You need to develop a new product or modify the current one for that market. So already so many washing machines are there, LG washing machines are there, Whirlpool washing machines are there, Bosch washing machines are there. But what is the specialty in your product that can be attracted to the customers? You have to show. Then only the sales will be improved. So for this, what is the best strategy? Product development strategy. So benchmark is the generic strategy and fine tune it to your competitive situation. Now go for next box. What is that? Existing products, new markets. Product is old, but market is new. Customers are unaware of your product. You should make your product familiar to the new customers. So no or less resource needed to develop the product. So already product is in the matured stage. You need to develop the new markets for your products. A market development strategy needed using the CRM, customer care practices, taking your products or service near to your customers. Refer to the current stage in the marketing cycle as you fine tune this generic strategy. A new product, new market, both are new. So generally, this is called initial stage. A lot of risks and uncertainties involved. You need to develop the new product for the new market. This is high risk stage. You cannot have what you call pre-expected profits or business. So then what is the best approach? Minimize such risk through using a competitive stepping stone. Commonly used strategies in such situations include buying franchises, strategic alliances, and use of pilot projects among others. So this is called what you called the strategical approaches by this Russian American Ansov's matrix. So falls under what is the choice based strategy. So already we came to know Porter's generic strategies and as well as Ansov's matrix. Now you go for new, what is that? Industry life cycle. We all know that the product life cycle. And then what is industry life cycle? So in general, industry is more wider way of considering the business. Product is going to be an element of that industry. Understand? Automobile industry, under automobile industry, Maruti Suzuki is a company which what you called manufactures various models of the products. Like Toyota is a company, falls under automobile industry. Like under banking industry, government banks are there, private banks are there, innumerable, SBI is there, Kotak Mahindra, isn't it? Just like product life cycle, industry life cycle also having various stages. What are those stages? Startup stage, growth stage, shakeout stage, or else you call that consolidate stage also. Maturity and decline stage. So the industry life cycle duration will be many more years, long time. The product life cycle is going to have the short life cycle. Understand? That is the considerable difference. So let us see the graph. See that revenues. Now these are the typical traits, properties and key factors. So whenever an industry is in the emerging stage, what are the typical traits? high innovation is required, high differentiation is required, a little competition, high risk. So in this stage, what are the successive factors are going to be innovation. The product should always be what are called released with innovative features, with new advanced features. The best example for this stage is nothing but you can have the cell phones. Already the market has been flooded with so many cell phone companies, but still you find one or two new companies entering into the market with the innovation quality. The next stage is going to be the growth stage. So whenever this stage has been surpassed, the next stage the industry leads to nothing but growth. So here what do you find? Growth, poor negotiation, power of buyers, few barriers to entry, high potent profitability, low risk. Same a consolidate stage. So at this stage generally what happens? Few companies are going to be consolidated, merged with other companies. What are the key success factors? Strategic management, financial power, mature stage, stability will be there. At this stage, what are the key success factors? Market size and costs. The final one is decline stage. Slowly the industry is started downtrend. So low differentiation, extreme competition, poor profitability, high risk, costs. So this is called a graphical way of representing industry life cycle. Don't confuse. This consolidation is an extra stage. Sometimes you may be finding only 4 stages. Initial stage, or else what you call this startup stage, or else emerging stage. All are same. This is growth stage, mature stage, decline stage. This is the extra stage, generally will be added or else not required. So what are the startup stage you find generally? So at the startup stage, customer demand is limited due to the unfamiliarity with the new products, features and performance. So this is the starting stage of the industry. So nobody knows what is the kind of the industry and what are the products it is going to be offered. So the customer demand is going to be limited. Distribution channels are still underdeveloped. Like no distributors would be there, no franchisers shows interest towards the products. Understand? There is also lack of complementary products that add value for the customers, limiting the profitability of the new product. Companies at the startup stage are likely to generate zero or very low revenue, experience a negative cash flows and profits. So due to the large amount of capital initially invested in the technology, equipment and other fixed costs. So industry life cycle lasts for generations. You take automobile industry, more than 100 years old. Banking industry, very, very old, isn't it? Let us take IT industry, very new. We don't know when it is going to be extinguished. Development is going on. Please, there is a difference between industry and as well as a product. So in the growth stage, what will be there? As the product slowly attracts attention from a bigger market segments, the industry moves on to the growth stage where profitability starts to rise. So at this growth stage, the revenue continues to rise and companies start generating positive cash flows and profits as product revenue and costs surpass break even. Consolidate stage. Few of the companies which are unstable, unable to sustain, will merge with other companies. You'll be finding in the pharma industries, pharma companies. They will merge all their, production units, all other kinds of rights with some other companies. So what do you call this stage? Consolidate stage. What is one more name? Shakeout stage. The growth rate of revenue, cash flows, and profits starts slowing down as the industry approaches maturity stage. At the maturity stage, the majority of the companies in the industry are well established and the industry reaches its saturation points. I feel automobile industry is in the maturity stage. Okay. Banking industry is also in the maturity stage. See, the last point, products become more commonplace and popular among the general public, and the prices are fairly reasonable as compared to new products. So, extinction stage. So, decline stage. So, generally, disinvestment will be their optimal choice. Understand? So, these are the important five stages. Okay. So today what we discussed, let us have the recapture of all the information. So started with generic strategies developed by Michael Porter. So what are the strategy? Cost leadership strategy, differentiation strategy, focus strategy. Best example is Toyota cars implemented TPS system, Toyota production system. So there what do you find? Jidoka, JIT. Differentiation strategy, best example is washing machines with different models, or else Hindustan HLL, Hindustan Lever Limited, different variety kinds of soaps. Focus strategy, selective people will be focused. Porsche, fast and expensive cars, but still people prefer to purchase. So choice based strategies, different kinds are there. Porter's generic strategies we already discussed. Ansov matrix, Iger Ansov, Russian Americanese, this is called Ansov matrix. So these are the right side conditions matched with the topmost headings, box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4. So what are the strategies are required? First box, next box, best strategy. Third one, and the fourth one. Next we came to the industry life cycle. What are the examples for industries? Automobile industry, banking industry, pharmaceutical industry, IT industry. transportation. So this is graph, growth stays, consolidate stays, decline stays. Okay, thank you so much.